Good morning, all of you. In this session, I have discussed about practical regenerative Rankine cycle. Okay, in the module 3, that is what vapor power cycle. Okay, module 3 vapor power cycle. In that, I have stopped it ideal regenerative Rankine cycle. That ideal regenerative Rankine cycle, it will be having a complicated phenomena, it will be existing. So that's why overcome by two more method is there. That two more method we are discussed now. That is, you can call it a practical regenerative Rankine cycle. What are those two methods? One is what? First one is what? Open feed water heater and a closed feed water heater. Okay, what is the complicated phenomena it will be existing in the ideal regenerative Rankine cycle? I have once again I can discuss this ideal regenerative cycle. Here what happens here is that boiler which will be produces a steam. That steam once again passes to the turbine, then it will be 1 to 2 that the expansion process will be taken place in the turbine, then it will be passed to the condenser. Here the condensation process will be taken place, it become condensed fluid once again passed to the turbine through a annular casing of the turbine. This is what the complicated phenomena. Okay, here that forward motion of steam which will be existing, here the reverse of that condensed fluid which will be passing to the turbine through a annular space of the turbine casing, during which the transformation of it will be taken place. That heated condensed fluid once again passed to the boiler. Okay, this is what the complicated phenomena which will be existing in the ideal regenerative cycle. This will be overcome by, that is what, practical regenerative cycle. This is what the practical regenerative cycle which will be existing. In this practical regenerative cycle, we will be having a two methods, that is open feed water heater and closed feed water heater. Now we'll discuss about regenerative cycle with open feed water heater. Okay, here in the open feed water heater, here it will be consisting of boiler, turbine, condenser, and here one more thing is there, feed water heater. Okay, and also the pump is there to pump to the corresponding fluid. Okay, now that the process here, what happens in this regenerative cycle with open feed water heater? Here the boiler which will be produces a steam, that steam will be passed to the turbine, the expansion process will be taken place, then at stage 2 m amount of steam which will be trapped in the stage 2, that remaining 1 kg of steam which will be produces a boiler, that 1 kg of steam which will be expanded in the turbine, then at stage 2 m amount of steam which will be trapped it, the remaining 1 minus m kg of steam which will be passed to the condenser. Here the condensation process will be taken place, condensed fluid once again pumped to the feed water heater. Okay, that is a how much amount, that is a 1 minus m kg of condensed fluid which will be entering into the feed water heater. Then here that m amount of steam which will be entering into the feed water, here the mixing will be taken place. Here 1 minus m plus m and m it will be cancelled, then remaining 1 kg of, that is a fluid once again which will be passed pumped to the boiler. This cycles which will be repeat will be taken place in the open feed water heater. This is the working principle behind open feed water heater. Once again I'm going to explain it here. The boiler which will be produces a steam, that is a 1 kg of steam, that 1 kg of steam which will be expanded in the 1 to 3 process. Okay, at stage 2 what happens here is m amount of steam which will be trapped, then remaining 1 minus m amount of steam which will be entering into the condenser. Here the condensation process will be taken place, remaining 1 minus m condensed fluid which will be pumped to the feed water heater. Here at stage 2 m amount of steam which will be entering into the feed water heater, 1 minus m plus m steam which will be mixing, then it is 1 kg of condensed liquid, either fluid, which will be passed to the boiler. Once again this boiler will be produces a steam, that is superheated steam which will be produces, then the cycles will be repeated. This is what open feed water heater. Okay, here this is what the TS diagram. The TS diagram which will be produces here 1 to 2, that is a expansion process, 1 kg of steam which will be produces by boiler, then at a superheated steam which will be expanded in the turbine. During that stage 2, that is the mkg of steam which will be trapped. At stage 3, 1 minus mkg of steam which will be trapped it. Then it will be passed to the condenser. At stage 4, it becomes condensed fluid. Then it will be once again pumped to the feed water heater. Here, the liquid feed water heater once again entering into the boiler, such a way that the working cycle which will be existing in the open feed regenerative cycle with open feed water heater. Okay. Now here we have a very simple expression is there here, that is thermal efficiency is equal to heat supplied minus heat rejected divided by heat supplied. Okay, heat supplied will be taken place H1 minus H7, H1 minus H7, heat supplied in the boiler at the process 7 to 1. That is what H1 minus H7 minus 1 minus M into H3 minus H4 divided by H1 minus H7. Heat rejection process will be taken place in the condenser. That is what H3 minus H4. That is what I have written it here. H3 minus H4 divided by H1 minus H1. Okay, similar way here one more thing is there here. As the temperature rise in the liquid due to the compression is small, the H7 becomes H6. H7 becomes H6. Instead of H7, you should write down H6. That is what thermal efficiency is equal to H1 minus H6 minus 1 minus M H3 minus H4 divided by H1 minus H6. Okay, this is the expression for thermal efficiency of the open feed water heater, where M, the mass of steam which will be trapped, that is be calculated by H6 minus H5 divided by H2 minus H5. Okay, this is all about open feed water heater. Then it will be move on to the another thing is the case study, that is what regenerative cycle with closed feed water heater. Here what happens you can see now. Okay, here the boiler, once again we are supplying heat to the boiler. That boiler will be produce a steam. That steam once again it will be passed to the turbine. Here the expansion process will be taken place here. That at the stage 2, m amount of steam which will be trapped, then remaining 1 minus m amount of steam which will be passed to the condenser. Here the condensation process will be taken place. That is condensed fluid once again passed to the feed water heat pump to the feed water heater. Then 1 minus m amount of condensed fluid and m amount of steam, that condensed liquid either fluid which will be once again passed to the condenser. This cycle which will be repeats. Then at stage 6, that is liquid once again passed to the, that is condensed fluid once again passed to the liquid either water which will pass to the boiler. In this boiler once again we are supplying heat to the boiler which will produce a superheated steam. This cycles which will be repeats. Okay, this is what the simple method which will be existing in the regenerative cycle with closed feed water heater. Okay, okay, this is what this very simple mechanism which will be existing in the closed feed water. This is what the TS diagram. Here the superheated steam which will be produced by the boiler. At the stage 2, the expansion process will be taken place 2. Then once again at 3, 1 minus M, that expansion process, that is a wet steam which will be existing. Once again passed to the condenser. It becomes at stage 4, it becomes condensed fluid. It becomes saturated liquid as a fluid. Then once again it will be feed it. Then once again that saturated liquid once again passed to the condenser. Then the mixing will be taken place. Once again the saturated liquid either condensed fluid once again passed to the boiler. This cycle which will be repeated. This is what the TS diagram which will be existing in the closed feed water heater. Okay, now here the comparison between open feed water heater and closed feed water heater. Okay, then open feed water heaters are very simple, whereas closed feed water heaters are more complex because internal piping network, thus they are more expensive. Open feed water heater are simple, and the closed feed water heaters are more complex because the internal piping network are more expensive. Open feed water heaters have good heat transfer characteristics, whereas in heat transfer in the closed feed water heater is less effective, as the two streams are not allowed to be in a direct contact. Open feed water heaters have good heat transfer characteristics, whereas in heat transfer in the closed feed water less effective because of it will be not direct in two streams are not allowed to be in the direct contact. Okay, then In open feed water heater, a separate pump is required for each heater to handle the feed water heater. However, in the closed feed water heaters, it do not require separate pump. During the difference of pressure, that feed water heater it will be flows. This is what the three differences which will be existing between open feed water and closed feed water heater. Then the last bit of the theory aspects which will be existing here, that is what two feed water heater and binary vapor power cycle. Now we are discussed about those two aspects. Then I will complete the theory aspects of vapor power cycle. Now we'll be discussed about the regenerative cycle with two feed water heater. Okay, that the name indicates here two feed water heater. Here the heater 1 and heater 2 which will be existing. The last thing what we are discussed about, only one heaters is there, feed water heater is there, but here in this case study we will be having a two heaters is there, heater 1 and heater 2. Through heater 1 and heater 2 at stage 3 and 4 m1 and m2 amount of steam which will be trapped it, then it will be pumped to the boiler. Okay, this is what the working principle behind of regenerative cycle with two feed water heater. Now I can explain briefly about this working principle behind this two feed water heater. Okay, now once again at process 1 to 2, that heat addition process will be taken place here to the boiler. We are supplying to the boiler, we are supplying heat to the boiler. That boiler will be produces a superheated steam at 1 kg of steam which will be produces. Then steam which will be expanded in the turbine. Here in the turbine at stage 3, m1 amount of steam which will be trapped in the heater 1, it will be admitted to the heater 1. Then at stage 4, here the another one heater 2 is there, that is m2 amount of steam which will be trapped and enter into the heater 2. The remaining 1 minus m1 minus m2 kg of steam, expanded steam, which will be passed to the condenser. Here the condensation process will be taken place. Then liquid water, condensed fluid once again pumped to the heater 2, that is a 1 minus m1 minus m2 of condensed fluid once again passed to the heater 2. Here in the heater 2, m2 at stage 4, m2 which will be entering. Here at stage 7, 1 minus m1 minus m2 amount of condensed steam which will be entering into the heater 2. Then m2 and m2 it will be cancelled. The remaining 1 minus m1 at stage 8 it leaving from the heater 2. Then it will be pumped to the heater 1 through a stage 9, that is the m1 minus m1 amount of condensed steam. Once again it will be entering into the heater 1. Then at heater 1 it will be at stage 3, m1 which will be entering, that is a 1 minus m1 plus it will be stage 3 m1, it will be cancelled. Then 1 kg of steam which will be entering into the